My name is Manaphong Phoutisane, born in southern part of Laos in the seminar camp.
My name is Phoutisane. I pretty much grew up half, in Laos and half of my life here. Maybe a little bit more than half of my life here. But I was born in Sun Samana. It's called Bandung. And when was I born? My parents never remember that. So probably in the 79, 80. So we got a date that was 1980, and so
yes, I was born at the seminar camp.
Okay, and how long did you live there?
Based on what I was told from my mother and father, about 5 years, 6 years.
Do you remember anything about the camp at all when you were there?
No, I don't remember anything about the camp.
Okay. And do you know the reason why your parents went to the camp?
The reason why my parents went to the camp was their involvement with the U.S. military fighting in the Vietnam Wars. In the Vietnam War, yeah.
Okay. So what year to what year were there in the camp?
That, as far as year, my parents went straight to the refugee camp right after the war. So I got it.
1975.
75 is not. I think 76 is when it ended.
Well, we left Laos in 1991. 90. Yeah, end of 90, and so we were counting back. As I counting back would be, we pretty much were in seminar. As far as I could remember, we were there before we escaped to Thailand. We were in Savanakhet for 3 years.
What was the reason that your parents there?
It was their involvement in the U.S. government and
okay.
The military, and so both of my parents were involved. And at first, my dad was the only person that sent up to the seminar. There's from what my parents told us, was supposedly only a month for my parents to, for my dad to go up to the seminar camp. And so month passed, and couple months passed, third month, fourth month, my mom went after him, and so that's how she stuck, and so that's how we end up spending half of our life over at the seminar camp.
So your mom went to see what's going on, and she decided to stay with your dad instead.
She it was
Well,
her decision.
When my dad went there, he was tricked to go there. Basically, a lot of people who went to the seminar camps are tricked to attend. And then a lot of time, the husband are the one that's involved in the military, so they would take the husband to re-educate. Basically, they want to re-educate them to be civilized back to the patriotism of being Lao. And then and oftentimes the wife or the spouse would follow their husband. Or in my parents' situation, my mom went looking for my father, and knowing where he went, she was just curious of what's going on, and then come to find out that he wasn't able to leave. So as a wife, she want to stick with him, stay and despite the troubles and stuff like that. So she stuck around with him and had many kids and stayed there for many years, basically.
So
over 10 years.
How many people were born in the camp?
Five of us were born, and along with many, not many, but about 3 or 4 miscarriages.
Oh.
To
re-educate, so that way
then you can live in the country peacefully, or knowing the government, or the regime better, or from that time.
They tell my parents that, they told my dad that they're gonna go learn about
the new government.
Yeah, the new government, and learn about how they could be helping the Lao as a country. Basically, it's a short-term educational program that's provided. Because if you tell somebody you're gonna go to jail, nobody would go.
Right.
Yeah. And so it was voluntary.
More of a, yeah, more
You know,
volunteer.
if you have a history of, you know, working with the U.S. government or, you know, the U.S. military, you know, you gotta volunteer now, or otherwise you take the consequences later. And so, you know, and then they just take a little at a time. And
Okay.
yeah, life over there for me was, you know, because we were still young, I think I was see what else I would remember, playing, you know, with other kids. We were in daycare. Over here would be daycare. Over there, you know, like they have like a daycare also and for us. And so from daycare, I remember my sister were taking care of us. And you know, as far as my sister would be my mom, not so much the dad. And so was playing with other kids, you know, pretty much with the house, around the house. We could not get any farther than what was at you know, our perimeter around our house, or, you know, a couple houses down. But we will always have like babysitters, or, you know, people watch after us, so then we don't go out of the perimeter.
Okay.
And so I remember my sister, my older sister, was taking care of us, and we were always at our friend's house, so we won't go run around the field.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where were your parents during the day?
During the days, they would go work in the field. Either I won't recall. You know, I don't recall whether, I mean, what kind of work they do. I just remember that they're out in the field somewhere. You know, Thang Hai. That would be, you know, looking for food, go out fishing and stuff like that after work. And I remember we were at the marketplace one day, and my sister was selling eggs, you know, with a villager. And so she left me with the people next door, or next to us. And so she left me with I think was more like a friend, not her age, but she was older, to go get more stuff. And I remember the time that I was crying because I didn't know what was going on, and suddenly my sister was not there. And of course I was too young to recall like what was, you know, if she was telling me something, and why she left me there. And so I would say, you know, 300-400 people, if yeah. You know, too little to count of, you know, like I would pay attention to those stuff. I would, you know, as a little kid, you don't really count of why were you there, what were you there for, and, you know, it just yeah.
And do you remember if there were other families there?
I think I recall there's, you know, I spent a lot of time with other families also, because, you know, I was older sister. And so, you know, from babysitting and seeing other kids also. And so yeah, I think it was pretty big. I'm pretty sure it's more than, I mean, 200 family over there.
Okay.
Yeah.